Okay, so we showed you how to create a table, and now we're going to create the second object, which is a form. Now, a form you've seen a bunch of times on different websites. The only thing a form is like if you go to a website where you're going to purchase something, it'll eventually take you to a place where it asks you for your address. So you'll type in your name, your address, your phone, and it'll give you these little boxes that you need to fill in for that. It'll update their database. So what you're using is you're using a form to update a table. So we're going to create a form based off of this table that I just created. So we're going to create a form that's going to allow us to put data into the table or to view data that's already in the table. So the way we do this is, and we're going to do this the easiest way possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on Create, and then we're going to go to the Form Wizard. We're going to use a wizard to create a form. All right. Now, a form has a couple of purposes. One is it's easy for the user to kind of navigate and see their way around. There's boxes for them to fill in. It makes sense. But for you as a database designer, one of the things you can use a form is as we start, let me make this go away. I want to cancel this. All right, as we start filling in this table, we're going to get more and more, hundreds of thousands of records. There's just going to be a ton of records as we start doing more and more of these forms, or more of these records. So this kind of becomes a security issue because now somebody that's viewing these tables, to update the tables, they can see a whole lot more information than we need them to see. Maybe we only want them to see the record that they're working on. So you as a designer, you're not going to be the one entering this stuff in. And you need to think about security a lot of the times. And one thing you can use a form to help with the security, because it's only going to, with a form, the user is only going to be able to see and manipulate one record at a time, and they can only see the record that they're working on. So, again, we'll show you how to create a form. I'm going to go to Create, and I'm going to click on Form Wizard. And when we do this, the first thing you can create a form based off of any table or any query. Well, we only have one table, no queries. So our table is our students table here, shows up here. And these are all of the fields that are in our students table. Now, the natural inclination is like when people see a box on the form, they want to fill it in. And there's one field that we don't want them to do that in, and that's the student ID, because remember we said that was an auto number, and so it's going to automatically give us a student ID every single time. I think what I do it this time, I just want to skip to 3 because of something I did while I wasn't recording. But anyway, so I want every field here except student ID. That's it. I want to leave that one out. So these are the selected fields. So this is how I would select. And I can select these one at a time: last name, first name, or I can shoot this double arrow that shoots everything over. But I want to get rid of student ID, so I'm going to shoot that back, and then we have everything else is there. So these are all the fields that are going to be in my form. So I'm going to click Next. Okay, for the purpose of this class, every form we create is going to be a columnar form. There are other types of forms that you can create, but remember this is just the basic of Access. So we're just going to do a columnar form next. And we're going to call this the student's form. And then I'm going to hit Finish. And it gives me this form. So this is what my student's form looks like. And you see that there's, and I can go back, I can go into, now again we have these views. So I have like form view and then design view. So I can go into design view and I can change like these things to say like this is going to be last name. Oops, name. First name. And all the way down the line. I'm not going to do all this stuff right now. And we'll go back into form view, and so you see that changed. All right. So I've changed, I want to use this form so you can see like this is the information I have from the record that's already there. But what I want to be able to do, down here at the bottom you'll see that there's ways you can move from one record to the next. I've only got one record, so I can't really do a lot. But I want to use a form to input new data. Now, this is something to remember. Remember this for the test, because I'm going to have you create a new record using a form. If you type over data that's already in the form, it is going to overwrite that data. You're going to change the data. You're not creating a new record. To create a new record, down here at the very bottom, there's this little button that points to a gold star. It's kind of hard to see, but this is pointing, and it says new blank record. If I click on that, it takes me to an empty form, and you'll see down here it says I'm on form 2 of 2. So now I can enter in new information. Hello, Joe A. Okay, so I've now created this brand new record for Joe Blow. Now, if I look at my student's form, our student's table, it's not there, but actually it is there. I haven't refreshed my screen. If I hit F5, the function 5 key on your keyboard, it will update that table, and you'll see here is this new information that was here before, that wasn't there before. So this is how you create you can use a form, you can create a form, and you can use that form to enter, or I can click on these back arrows and view the records that are there. So I now have 2 records that I can view. So that's using a form, creating a form, and using a form. All right, I'm going to upload this, and I will see you in class.